Hello, wonderful people of the internet. I don't know how to take video. Actually, I feel like I know how to take a video, but I don't know how to start videos up. And I think that is really my problem. And it's something that keeps me up at night because I sometimes don't know how I want to execute things. But I just want to say I've lied to the internet. I told you guys I was going to create a 13 video album series where I explain each of the songs of my album in a video. And I actually detest that idea, and I actually want to redact that statement months later. Yes, I know. And I actually have decided that I don't even want to do that anymore. I actually want to explain what my album means to me and what each song means in the process and journey of the project. And if people so requested, I then will do a more specific song process video where I explain like maybe the beat structure creation or show anything I have in terms of that process. Shouts out my homies who actually decided to film those sessions, because without that and without the like snippets of sessions that I had, you know, in the experience, I probably, I mean, not that I wouldn't remember, but I wouldn't have like as much of a recollection of like the structure of the sessions or like making the beats or whatever. So I'm just gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into what each song means to me. I know I've already done Still Losing, but I'm gonna probably do it from the beginning to the end, show, you know, what the process is through the album, and then talk about making each song and each feature. So grab your popcorn, grab your snacks. I am definitely going to be talking for a hot motherfucking minute, okay? But that's something that I am good at, okay? So I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy. And I hope you can forgive me for lying for so long and setting your expectations so high, because I did not, in fact, keep that up. So let's get into it. Okay. Where do I begin? Motherboard starts with me expressing that I essentially feel like I'm losing at life. I'm repeating a lot of cycles. I'm going through a lot of things that I feel like I don't need to go through again. But, you know, I'm the vessel and I gotta learn. And clearly if I'm going through it again, there's something I didn't learn, you know me. But we already spoke about that, okay? So we got into Still Losing and, you know, feeling like there's like excuses continuously going on in my life, both from me and from other parties, you know. It happens. That's the first song. The second song, Far From Home, featuring Calvin Klein, Caterpillar, and D1 on, is a song that expresses transition. So it's the first song of the project where we enter the Motherboard console, and it is the song that gears us into travel. Basically, you know, imagine, I actually should show y'all how the console broke. First off, let me grab that. This here is the remnants of the Motherboard console. But when it was here, this is so much symbolism. Like, I don't know what really like what launched this into actually breaking, but it's really a journey, and it shows a lot about the process. But prior, when this was still a living console, and you know, it was the thing that geared us into the game and brought us into the virtual game of life within Motherboard, the console. But Far From Home is the song that expresses the transition of being like, whoa, we're going to a new place. Making the beat for that song, I made that beat probably 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago now. And I knew that I always resonated with the beat, and I knew that I wanted to have like a lot of rap elements in the beat, but I didn't know if I was gonna rap, because I'm like, yo, this is heavy, this is deep. I remember sending people the draft for the beat and being like, is this scary? And they're like, yes, but in a good way. Shout out to my homies. And so I always knew I had to get a little bit like swallow, gulp in this journey, in the story, and I knew I wanted it to be early on in the story. But gathering the features of Calvin Klein Caterpillar and Dion was so fun, because I feel like, you know, Calvin Klein Caterpillar, aka Dubem, is my brother, my long-term brother, and it was so easy for me to think of him because he has a way with words and storytelling that like I don't see in a lot of artists. And I immediately was like, no, you have to talk about being in like uncomfortable, new, different, crazy circumstances, which we both know we've experienced. But then I had Dion, who was someone that I was like just getting closer with. And in my connection with Dion, it was so evident to me that I needed his reflection as a newer like artist in terms of like pursuing music. And someone who was like going through a very transitional period in his life at that moment where we were getting closer to building our bond. I just felt like it was such an easy choice for me to be like, no, Dion, you should get on this track. Now, during this time, Dion was in Atlanta, or moving to Atlanta, and we didn't know he was moving to Atlanta. And I think that was like the cherry on top of all of it, because it was like, no, you're actually far from home. Like, you're far from these roots in Massachusetts, in Boston. And yeah, it was a no-brainer for me to choose these two features for this song. I think the beat also like just catered to building a story so well. And yeah, it was really easy for me to build up. I had the gibberish for this song also prepared, so I already knew what I was about to talk about. It was just like turning the gibberish into words, which is like something I always tend to do. And finalizing the beat and having Gibson put the finishing touches on it was so fun, so beautiful. I think that was one of the most fun nights that I had recording, because it was a work day. Like, we're coming from work, we're coming from traveling, and we're like finalizing this project. It was honestly one of the last songs we recorded for the project, but it's early on in the process. And I love that contrast of like, we're finishing the project and we're doing this at the end, but this song is meant to be at the beginning of the journey. I think it just like reminded me of so much in my journey in life, in the world of Motherboard, and just like making everything happen. So yeah, that was so fun. After Far From Home, we have Lovely, and that song was so fun to create because it was so simple. I knew I wanted to have like a lighthearted song that describes the journey of like experiencing something new, but in contrast to Far From Home, that was like the scariness and the jitteriness and the oh my god of it all. It was, oh my god, like, you know what, hell yeah, let's try it, let's do it, let's be open, let's jump, let's leap, let's explore. And I think Lovely's contrast to Far From Home even made the project better, because it shows the ways that we reflect on new experiences, literally side by side. It's like the scariness of the experience, experiencing something new, and then the newness and freshness and loveliness of experiencing something new. So Lovely is not only about, you know, feeling lovely with someone new, it's about feeling lovely in a new experience and just taking a chance for once, as opposed to thinking with all the projections of life. Gibson and I developed it very fast. I know we had the key ready for the song already prepared, and the whole day I was kind of scatting, so I was like shoobity boop bop boo. I gave references of a lot of like garage, like UK garage songs, but also I gave a lot of like Dark Child inspiration, Brandy inspiration. So yeah, you can hear a lot of those elements within the song itself. But yeah, that was such a simple song to write and create. It has the beginning moments of like the space is empty around, like, but there's stars in the sky, and there's something new. Like, there's something new to do here. There's something new to create. There's something new to experience. And then as we build into the song, we have moments where it's like, this world is a new discovery. We want to like do new things, but then also we have moments of like, decode your way, let go of all the pain and wait, let go of all the pain and hate, let go of your projections essentially, and making sure to say like, no, forget everything you knew before, forget all the pain you've experienced before, just try it, just do it, just take a chance. Lovely is the song that is just like, go for it, you know. And I think all of these songs, you know, going into Place Unknown. So we have Far From Home, Lovely, Place Unknown. Let me actually make sure I got this word right. Imagine I don't know my order, guys. Oh yeah, I'm so right. Period. I know my order. So we got Far From Home, Lovely, Place Unknown. These three songs are all the feelings that I wanted to encapsulate when it comes to a new feeling, a new world, a new experience, a new life, a new chance, a new, you know, something new. So we got these 3 steps. Place Unknown, though, I knew I needed to have my fun party anthem, okay? I needed that. You know, for a long time, people said that one of my older songs, Shine, sounded like a song that could be like a FIFA soundtrack. And I was like, you know what? I get this so much. Let's do it again. Let's try this again. I know that when I created this song, though, a lot of my references were all over the place. Shout out Gib for really like listening to me and hearing the elements of things that I wanted to add. But I knew that I wanted it to feel like probably like 2011 to 2014, like Euro club hits, and making sure to capture all of the things that make it feel special. Fun fact about Place Unknown, I had an older version of Place Unknown where I made the beat, and it was a fun moment. It was a fun song. Like, I think I gave 1 AM Donnie that beat, and like we might use it for something else. But that song is really fun too. It just wasn't like, it wasn't oots enough for me in the way that I wanted to capture in the project. So I had that beat. Gib was like, this is good. I'm like, it's not enough. It's not enough. And I just remember for Place Unknown, I wanted it to like, I wanted it post Lovely to be like the insanity of being in a new place and being like, nah, we're going crazy, we turning it up. Place Unknown, so fun to make too, so fun to make. I knew I wanted Donnie to be on the track because I like Donnie in his project from last year really made me just like reminded of all the ways you can expand as an artist in terms of like expression. And I think I also wanted to challenge myself because a lot of people would say that my music was really slow paced, and I was like, is that bad? No, it's not bad. But do I want to try faster paced? Do I want to try more fun? Yes. So I came in the studio, I said, Gib, we gotta turn this bit up, okay? Gib's like, got it. You know, Gib always understands the assignment. We turned it up. And Dawn was in Atlanta at the moment that we made the beat, but I sent the beat over and Dawn was like, ooh, we turning it up different. So yeah, we waited for Dawn to come back to Boston, and we got right to work. I remember when we got in the studio, Dawn immediately just hitting flows. And that was so fun too, because like I kind of was challenging Dawn, interestingly enough, with like flow, but also just like, you know, playing around with singing, being like, Dawn, maybe you should sing. And I was like, you sure you don't want to do that? But I think it was really fun too, because it was like around the holidays too. So it was like we were reconnecting. This is the first time I seen Dawn in a hot minute, but also like it's holiday season, you know, we want to have fun, we want to pump it up, we want to, you know, make sure to make a new experience, but like make it fun and embrace like the fact that we're reconnecting. And you know, we had something in mind. Like, imagine you hear a song of yours in the club, what would you want it to sound like? That's what I really looked at. Like, what would a TT song in the club sound like? How would you want somebody to feel? And it's just like, I love the contrast of like me kind of being on like dizzy mode, and then Dawn being like, I don't know, but if you want to find something out, let's take my hand, we better go and take a dive into this new world, into this console. Like, we're going into each of the games, we having fun, we shuffling through, we feeling like a phoenix. Yeah, that was super, super fun. Shouts out Dawn for that track. I don't think I have much more to say. Besides the fact that play some now. That one, that was random. Me and Gib looked at each other when I did that, and I was like, and Gib was like, so funny. I loved that experience. And then we get into these two back-to-back tracks, Level Up and Like This. Now, I made the beats for both of those, and I had Gib assist with like bass and, you know, additional guitar for both of those, and tracking. And Level Up, I made that beat so long ago. I was like, yo, I've had so many people kind of like shuffle their way on it, people that didn't like it, people that messed with it, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. I originally had a beat breakdown that was similar to my older song, 1-800-222-MUCH, which was like a slower rap breakdown, but it was like a heavy breakdown. But I wanted Level Up at the end to still feel like really mystical. And I remember playing around, and Gib had like started doing something, and I was like, save it, don't delete it, save it though, because I'm not ready for this right now. So I completed the earlier parts, like in terms of recording. I had it written a long time ago too, and that was like built up. I remember adding like the droplets in a session with Gib, and then when we did the breakdown, the that was so fun, because I knew I wanted to do similar rap moment, but I wanted it to be like really trappy. And that was definitely an ode to like my like development. Level Up is a song that literally is about leveling up with someone in particular. And in the game, it's like, I'm in the world, I'm with you, might as well level up together. Like, if we want to earn XP, why not earn XP together? Why we gonna do it on a solo mission? Like, join me on the mission. We're earning XP together. It might be a sticky situation, but you the one that got me stuck. Like, come on. So Level Up was really easy to make in terms of like the beat. For me, I think this is one of the beats that like made me feel like, no, I stylistically have like a beat pattern style, or like a melody style, and that was really fun, because I was just like, wait, this is like a TT, this is really a TT beat. And then building the second half with, or like the ending portion with Gib, just like solidified a lot of like our inspirations. We were digging for sounds and elements and like different things, because at the end I was like, you know, imagine playing on your DS when you were younger, like, and you leveling up and you da-da-da-da. And we're thinking like Zelda, Super Mario, like we're thinking of all these sounds. And yeah, it was very easy. It was very easy flowing for us to do that. I just remember doing the vocals for that so fast and getting into that breakdown and being like, just face it, just face it, step into my domain, it's about you ain't a racing. Like, it was very easy for me to come up with and do. And I had like some words in my brain already, so it was just really free flowing at the end. But I made the beat for like this to pair with Level Up. Like it essentially a continuation. So like it's in the same range. And the like this beat is relatively simple. So Gib did his big one with the bass and guitar and like building that up. Then I had my brother Calvin Klein Caterpillar really just like add his thing on there. We also had a lot of fun playing with auto-tune. But Level Up and Like This are essentially the songs that are most clearly about having feelings for someone. Because I feel like the other songs, like they could be applicable to having feelings for someone, but they're not necessarily like, oh, I'm talking about a person. Like this could be about anything. Level Up is like, come on, you building the levels up with somebody. And then Like This on the same level of like, who's building up the levels? And now, I don't know if I felt like this before. I don't know if and that's why at the end, you know, we got the auto-tune saying, you never found no shit like this, you never found no shit like this. Because, have you? Be for real. I don't know. I wouldn't know. But for me, that was how I was feeling. Yeah, two beautiful songs paired together, built together. Shouts out Gib for helping me develop my beats and making them so much better. And shouts out Calvin Klein Caterpillar once again. Shouts out Duke and my brother for helping me on Like This, make it more full. The next track, I just want to give a special shout out to Narco because I gave him hell completing the song. I remember getting the beat for it and being like, I love this. And I did a draft to it, and I just remember Felipe being like, when are you gonna be for real? And when are you gonna record this song for real? Because I want to hear this musty track. Like, but the demo was really fuzzy, if I am being fair to Narco. So, basically, for that song, I don't know. It was so easy for me to write, like, and I did it on one take, like, whatever Narco put on that beat for Far and Wide, it was very easy for me to write. In the world of Motherboard, this song is, I actually want to describe this so specifically. For Far and Wide, what can I compare this to? Okay, if you ever watch Wreck-It Ralph and you watch when they're in the candy race world, imagine you're in that level of that thing, okay? It's sticky. You coming from the sticky situation, okay? But it's a dreamy world. Now, get out of Wreck-It Ralph and imagine that the world is so dreamy that you actually are dreaming. Because that's how the beat feels, okay? In this song, I am expressing what it feels like to be essentially in a dream. And to literally not know whether you're in a dream or if this is for real. So that's why I'm fever pitched, and I didn't know that I would feel like this, okay? Because we are literally in a dream world where there's candy everywhere. Not drugs. There's candy everywhere. We in the clouds. The views is crazy. Tell me you wouldn't be thinking everything is an apparition. But Far and Wide is so beautiful, and I want to have more opportunities to perform this song because this song is so beautiful to me, and it makes me feel so beautiful, and great and graceful. Shouts out Narco, because this song, like, I remember asking Narco how he made this song, and he was just like, I don't even remember. So even he worked with the power of a dream on this beat and decided to bless us. I think the only thing that really changed on the beat was maybe the like pitch of the claps, because I just felt it felt so like catered to me. Like, I don't know if he had me in mind, but yeah, it felt very catered to TT, and yeah, it makes me cry sometimes when I listen to that song. I love that song. Shouts out Narco for taking me places far and wide. But at the end of the song, it's important to note that the that fade out is me knocking the frick out. Okay, I am, but not like a smack type of knocking out. It's like a I fell asleep, because the feelings and the love and the warmth and the dreamlike landscapes had me going far and wide. And you know how much work it takes to dream that big. It don't matter if you in the motherboard console. You dream far and wide, and that takes your body a lot of work. Okay. After Far and Wide, we have Coincide, produced by Kunai Chrome. The tea about Coincide is that was a poem that I wrote, and I actually wrote it around static time. It was one of the throwaway poems that I had for static, and I even was gonna have like a couple of features on it. Like, I had a couple features that I was like experimenting with for that song, and I ended up just being like, no, this song should be like an interlude. This song should be that little, because after you come from the dream, I feel your energy when you're not near to me. Like, it's like telepathy. It's still in the realm of like not knowing what's real, like reality, what's not knowing like how real things are. And I think it's important to, have a call out moment sometimes when you're feeling somebody where you're like, I'm waiting for you to realize, because sometimes they'll never realize, and maybe that's when you realize you gotta move differently. But anyway, I think it means a lot to me to have this, because it connects my worlds in my discography because of like the length that I took to write it, or the length of time from when I wrote it, and saying like, wow, like, look at how my feelings are essentially similar, because it's still the same person, it's just like different timing. Yeah, I don't have much to say besides that Kunai Chrome, my brother Devin, sauced that beat, absolutely sauced it. We made that beat on FaceTime. Shouts out North Carolina, shouts out Kunai Chrome, shouts out friendships, okay? Shouts out deep connections. Devin, you real. Yeah, we did that on FaceTime, and I was like, I need some crazy guitar, and lo and behold, you sauced it, okay? Yeah, Coincide, beautiful song, shouts out Kunai Chrome. Then we get into Je vais te chercher. Je vais te chercher. Let me just say that I know that that is my ghetto French, and I'm not gonna feel bad for doing my ghetto French, because if I made my song called Je vais te chercher like any other French song, there's like 3 other songs called Je vais te chercher. If I made my song like everybody else, you probably wouldn't know that I learned that was my ancestors being mad at me. No, they weren't. If I made my song grammatically correct, it would take away from the fun playfulness of the song. I don't regret my decision. Maybe when I go on my worldwide tour, I will get attacked. But I don't think I should be attacked for wanting to have a little fun, you know? Je vais te chercher, or je vais te chercher is essentially, I will look for you, okay? Je vais te chercher is like, I'll find you. And this song, it didn't take long for Give to Sauce this one. This one, I had a lot of like 80s references. I wanted to be really soft, and like, I honestly had like a really specific vision for this, and Gib, per usual, came through and did his magic. The beat did not take long. I remember I walked out. I think Sane was at this session, and I walked out for a second after like we started, and I came back, and like Gib was like it literally for 1 second. I was gone for like a few seconds. Came back. It was in motion. I'm like, oh, we doing this? Slow it down a little bit. No, speed it up a little bit. Like, you know, it was so fast that my recollection of these moments, it just moved so fast. Like, I don't know. And the speed that I wrote this song at, ask Gib. I was like this. I was like, ask her to. I don't know if I've ever written something so fast, but I will say that when I wrote this song, things were happening in my life. So it was very easy for me to say things on the track. I think honestly, music is the outlet where I speak the most frankly, even when it's like conceptually. Like, I think I express myself the best when I'm writing artistically and musically, because I think it's the easiest way to express what you're saying, you know? If you're trying to say something in a text, you're like, oh my god, how could I say this in a way that won't offend somebody, or it won't take away from the true meaning, or you got to think about all these things. But in your music, your own personal music, it's your reflection. If you want to be hurtful to yourself, you could be hurtful to yourself. If you want to be kind to yourself, uplift yourself, whatever your tone is, whatever you feel, you can express that the most honestly you want. And I think that's like a really fun part of music. I also think Je vais te chercher was just like, it was such a turn point for me finishing the project too, because it was also nearing the end of the project, or the end of the process. And I think it was so easy for me to be like, this is how the story goes from the point of making Je vais te chercher, because there were still points in the story where I was like, oh, this doesn't make sense, I shouldn't do this, like, I shouldn't make this go this way. But it became easy for me to be like, oh wait, like, this goes here. It was like a puzzle piece, essentially. Je vais te chercher was an ode to my upbringing, listening to a lot of international music, listening to music that, you know, my parents put me on to, and, you know, how people feel about love. I always say that I'm really sensitive, and I think this song shows a lot of the sensitivity. A lot of people come to me and they're like, you will have your heart transplanted? And I'm like, that's how I was feeling, bro. Like, that's how I genuinely felt. But specifically for Je vais te chercher, which I will be dropping the video too soon, I wanted to express the point in the game, or the where we are in the journey on like experiencing all these games, where I'm kind of in like a hellish landscape, and I'm kind of coming from being like, you know, let me know how you're feeling. Where are you? What are you doing? Why are you running away? Why are you disappearing? To the person I'm experiencing the game with. And Jivata Shelshe is me looking for said person and saying, you know, like, I cherish what we have. I appreciate what we have. Like, and I'll look for you. I'll continue to look for you. But I think it's important to mention that in the journey of looking for someone, like, you're reaching for something. And in coincide where I'm saying, like, I'm waiting for you to realize, Jivata Shelshe is like, I'm looking so that if you are realizing and I am searching, we'll kind of meet each other at the middle point. And I think that's such a beautiful way to describe kind of how love and feelings works, because that is how it works. You meet someone in the middle and you decide, like, I will take a chance on this and I'll be open to this. Definitely one of my favorite songs that I've ever made in my discography. But I think, like, in terms of the writing too, some of my best writing, and it's so simplistically too, like, I reference a lot of things that, like, are really powerful to me and have inspired me in terms of, like, my art in general. Like, you know, Eurydice, look into her. Look into Eurydice. Then we have the lovely Virus. Okay, I love talking about Virus because it also is one of those songs that just flowed to me. For the process of Virus, it was really one session. Okay, it was one day. I worked with Gib. This was the day that we recorded Place Unknown, Donnie's verse on Place Unknown. I came in with Gib. I was like, Gib, we gotta work on this. We gotta wicca. I got references. I got the dance. I got the compa, and I got the jungle. And I knew I wanted to merge 3 genres. Okay. I started the session knowing that. I came in with my references. I had, like, across, like, internationally, I had so many different references, but for the dance inspiration, I had, you know, a Brandy leak from her Human Era. For the, like, compa zouk inspiration, like, I had a lot of different diverse references. Like, that was fun because I went into, like, my childhood, but then I had, like, some new age music for that. And then for the jungle, you know, we all know jungle is just, like, all encompassing too. So that was a fun process because it was just, like, I had the key and I knew what I wanted to talk about. But Virus was one of those songs that it was like, you can have it in mind, but once you do it, like, I was so emotional when we made it. I remember I was at the session. Dawn, actually, I had to leave really quick. So I was at the session, made the beat. Dawn actually was recording during the time that I had to leave. And so they were working on Place Unknown in the meantime. And then I came back super emotional. Something had freshly triggered me. And I said, back on it. But it's important to note that I did have my mother's help in the lyric writing for my Creole because, you know, I had to make sure I had everything fresh. So I said, Upa kone, sa mwen soti on don mwen, me ou ka montre eme. And in this part, I'm essentially saying, you know, well, before then, you know, I'm talking about, you know, will you take the risk? Like, what are we doing? Like, but also in the console, this is when, you know when you're 10 years old, you get a virus on your computer, your parents are about to kill you. But imagine you in the console and the virus is taking over the game. Babes, you know you scared. You know you scared. And essentially, virus is when I'm like, it's taking over me. but that is, a metaphor for feeling like you might have a problem. And I think when I get into the point of, the Creole portion, I'm trying to say that, like, somebody else, whether it be the person that, you have feelings for, or a person in general, you might not know what I am feeling inside. You don't know my experience. You don't know how I reflect on things. You don't know how I feel inside. That's the first two lines. But mais ou ka montrerai is like, but the least you could do is show me love. Like, what you can do is show me love. The least you can do is not in the translation, but I'm saying that essentially, and saying, despite not knowing exactly how I feel, you could show love, you could show care. And it was important for me to say that in Creole because I feel like there's a lot of depth in saying things in another language. Like, I'm translating it to you right now, but I don't think that is like all encompassing of how I feel, how I felt making the song. But I know that is like a gear to everything. One of my all-time favorite songs I've ever made. And this crossed off something on my bucket list because I always wanted to make music of my cultures. I also always wanted to make zango, and I ate that, or Congo, if you really be more specific. But I think it's important that I showed all these elements of like my emotions, but also the genres assisted in building the emotion of everything. And yeah, that honestly is really one of my favorite songs I've ever. Shout out Gib. Gib really helps build worlds, as I always say. Post-virus, we still got something wrong with us, but it's kind of like the moment of virus being like, I think, and then malfunctioning featuring Sane is like, I know that something's glitching. I know a couple screws are loose. And I felt like it was important to have like a confrontation on the project of like feeling like something might be wrong with me. But specifically on malfunctioning, I think it's important that I was like saying like, when I'm good, I'll let you know, but I'm not good right now, and I don't know when I'll be good. Because I think a lot of times we convince ourselves to think like, oh, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna forget about this, I'm gonna be good. But I don't think that is really being good. I think that's just like hiding away from what's really wrong. And malfunctioning is like, something's loose, something's wrong, and I don't know when I'm going to fix this malfunction, because like any virus, you gotta do the malware, you gotta fix you gotta fix a lot of things. I think with this, it's important to be like, I don't know when I'm gonna be good, and it's okay to confront that and be like, I'll let you know, I'll communicate with you when I'm feeling like myself and I'm feeling like I'm good right now. But I wasn't. And shouts out Sane, locked in, for assisting me on this. We really like basically wrote this whole thing together. But yeah, it's just talking about being conflicted, and I think it's a fan favorite because of the fact that it's like everybody has to have a moment where they confront themselves with the fact that they're not feeling good and they don't know when they're gonna feel good, Gib on a track. Gib is so insane. Making this song was so fun because I really was malfunctioning for real, and I think making this song was so fun because it was just like, I'm making music with my closest friends and like confronting a lot of my shit going on, but it's like the lyrics also resonated, and I think it's always good to have a song that's like the soundtrack to your life, or the actual soundtrack to your life. And that brings me to CBK, where I kind of rewire my brain a little bit, and I'm like, after all that I've experienced, give me a pat on the back. Let me give myself a pat on the back and say, I'm fixing this. I'm taking the time to rethink this and re-establish like what I think in my brain, how I think, how I process things, how I reflect, and say, babes, I cannot be killed, okay? Now, this came from a lot of my inspirations in terms of rap inspirations, because when I was growing up, my parents were really young, and listening to a lot of the rap that I listened to was a lot of like circumstances being confronted, but also people being like, I've been through it all. And I think I wanted to have like one of those odes, but also the development of this beat, like I wanted it to sound like very old. I wanted it to sound like very hip hop. But I remember specifically saying to Gibson, I wanted this, especially the beat breakdown with the piano, I wanted it to sound like a drunken Nina Simone piano, okay? Nina Simone is one of my greatest inspirations, and I said that because what she's always said is that your music is like it's capturing the times, it expresses the times, whether it be your community, your life, your story. It's supposed to express the current events. And even though this was in a concept, it felt like it was only right to make this kind of like an ode to Nina Simone and like reflecting my times in a very parallel way, but nonetheless it was reflecting like my feelings and emotions. And my heart is tatted on my arm because I wear it on my sleeve. And I think, I just wanted to express how I really feel about like all the things I've endured. But also it's the part of the story where I kind of am just like, let me out of this motherfucking game, because I've been playing too long, and I know what I must do to take myself more seriously, but also to confront a lot of my demons and a lot of like my mistakes, my trials, a lot of like anger I had built up from what I was experiencing in life at the time, but also in reflection, like a lot of the things that I've like put on myself over time that maybe weren't necessarily like my doing, or changing the way I looked at situations that once made me feel like limited, and looking at myself in a bigger way. And I think like CBK is the second to last song because of the fact that it not only it's me breaking out of the game, it's breaking out of the console that is now broken, but it's me reflecting on ways that I could be better, and building that confidence of saying like, this, if I haven't been killed by all of these experiences before, I can't be killed, period. Even when I'm dead, I wasn't killed, okay? I fought through it, period. And for the final song, Star, a beat that I had for a hot minute. This song was so easy to make. It was also the last song that I recorded for the project. It almost made me emotional and cry. I think Star was really like reflecting on CBK, like it was looking back at all the ways that I've been underestimated, or people like kind of like belittled me and looked at me as like someone that wasn't capable. And whether this is like in my reality or in the parallel world of Motherboard, like it was a song that was kind of like, I've been through pain, but it was kind of like the thing that reminds me of why I can't be killed, why I can't give up. And I think in a lot of cultures, in a lot of worlds, in a lot of art, we see stars physically being the thing that reminds people of their heritage. It reminds people of their culture. It leads people to places. It reminds people of where to go, you know. And I think Stars So Simply are like something so beautiful, because they can mean so many things, but also because like simply like seeing a bright thing in the sky can just make you just be like, wow. Just wow. I think that's why I have such a big affinity for stars, because they have so much meaning but so much simplicity at the same time. And I wanted to have an ode to feeling like stars have reminded me so many times like to keep going, but I think also stars have always reminded me that there's so much more than just me. There's so much more than what my plan is and knowing everything. And I think nature has a way of reminding you to have peace sometimes. Like maybe things don't always mean so much. Maybe things are as simple as you feel. So maybe you look into the sky, you're looking at the moon, you're looking at the stars, and you're just like, I'm here. It's just confronting the fact that you still have a place here. But then they also bring comfort, and they remind you of maybe a greater purpose. Maybe they remind you of a family member. I know my younger sister used to love The Princess and the Frog because, you know, when Ray passed, or before Ray passed, he would always say, you know, someone's up there waiting for me. And I think like it's such a cool thing to feel comfort from something so simple, from something just literally glaring in the sky. But in the process of Motherboard, I think like I endured a lot of like pain and a lot of hardship. And Star was just like the reminder of everything you've been through. You know, of course you have this whole process and this journey that you experienced, but like Star was just like, you got it. And that's why I was so thankful to Gib for helping me build this intro, because it was like, this is the end of the story, but this is not the end of you. You haven't been overcome by your hardships. You've gotten to this point. And it's just like, don't forget. Don't forget everything you've been through. Don't forget that you have like a reminder of your journey. But yeah, I think it was so beautiful making this song. I think it was like a snow day that day, and I was like, Gib, we finished the project. Yeah, I just remember being so emotional finishing the project, because it was like, you know, when you finish a project, you finish something, and finish artwork, finish whatever a script, whatever it may be. You're just like, wow. You reflect, you sit, you're just like, wow, it's really done. And I think it's interesting being a musician, because it's like when you finish a project, you're about to release it to an audience, but you finished it for yourself prior to releasing it to an audience. And yeah, it made me feel really complete in this journey, because I conceptualized this project in 2023 or 2022 into 2023, and to say, you know, I finished this is a crazy thing after having such a concept for so long and experiencing so many different things along with the concept. And life can change in so many ways that you would never expect, and I never would have expected my life to go the way it's gone. During that process and after, but it's been a beautiful thing to be able to create with my closest friends, and to just like look at my journey in the world of Motherboard, especially as I work on new journeys. And I'm excited to share the new worlds that I'm building with everybody. I think Motherboard geared me into like a very raw period of my life in terms of like musical reflection, and yeah, it's been really beautiful. I'm trying not to cry because, I feel like I'll be getting teary-eyed. But yeah, Motherboard has been really beautiful to like experience, and I really hope that, when people go into my discography and they look at like my different projects, that this is a project that like stays with them, and it's something reoccurring. You experience something in life and you're like, yo, I'm malfunctioning. Like you're able to look back at it and say, this hits the spot. It's like a beautiful, warm, baking good. I don't know. Yeah, I want people to look back and say, this was a beautiful journey to experience. Yeah, and that is the journey of Motherboard. If you've made it to this point, thank you. I know I can talk somebody's ear off, and I've hit past 50 minutes on this video. But yes, I felt that this was the best way to execute this, and I think that if you want further videos about the experience for these songs, I'll work on that. So in the comments, let me know if you're interested in that. I do also plan on posting like videos that I have that have been captured by my friends and I from the journey and the process. I might like put them together alongside an interview or something like that.